Good morning, students. Let us continue with the section literary terms. Today we are going to discuss elegy, lyric, and simile. Let us start with the term elegy. In ancient Greece, the term elegy covered a wide range of subjects, both very serious and humorous. It, in fact, denoted any poem which was written in elegiac meter. What is elegiac meter? In elegiac meter, there is alternative hexameter and pentameter lines. In other words, we can say one long syllable and two short, 6 times in the first line and 5 times in the second. In modern uses, it is the thing that matters, not the meter. The theme of an elegy must be sadly reflected or it must be mournful. It is usually a lamentation for the dead one. It may be inspired by some other grave themes like the fall of a famous city or unrequited love. It may be written on the theme of an elegy. For example, in Milton's Lycidas, the poet laments the degradation of poetry and religion. Tennyson has written an elegy on the death of his friend Arthur Hallam, entitled In Memoriam. In this elegy, the poet grapples with philosophical questions relating to the puzzles of life and destiny. Matthew Arnold has written a very famous elegy, Rugby Chapel. It is about his visit to his father's grave 15 years after his death. In this, the poet reflects on the course of the life of mortal men on earth. Now we come to pastoral elegy. It is a very important subtype of elegy. It represents both the poet and the one he mourns as shepherd. The famous Cilician Greek poet Theocritus used this poetic form. During the Renaissance, it was introduced in English poetry. Important English pastoral elegies include Spenser's Astrophel, which is on the death of Sir Philip Sidney. It was published in 1595. Milton's Lycidas, published in 1638. P.B. Shelley's Adonis, published in 1821. And Matthew Arnold's Tiresias, which came in 1867. This is all about the term elegy. Now we come to the next term, lyric. In Greek poetry, a lyric was a poem sung to the accompaniment of a lyre. Lyre, a stringed musical instrument. In common language, a lyric is a short poem written to be set to music. It expresses the thoughts and feelings of a single speaker. Main features of a lyric are: number one, it is a short poem which deals with single emotion. Number two, it is a musical poem. Number three, word music plays a very important role in achieving its effect. Means in lyric there is found verbal music. Number four, it is a well knit poem. Composition is proper in itself. Number five, it expresses the varying moods of the author. Means in a lyric we come across different type of moods of the poet, of the author. Number six, its appeal to intellect is through the heart. It is emotional, it is sentimental, and it approaches to mind through the feelings. Number eight, the famous American poet Edgar Allan Poe, who wrote many famous lyrics, pointed out that it was not possible to write a long lyric. Lyric is always subjective in nature. It is a subjective poem and it is intensely personal, in which the personal emotions, personal experiences, passions, sentiments of the poet, they are depicted. Robert Herrick's famous lyric, Two Blossoms, is reproduced below to understand the subject matter and structure of the lyric. Fair places of a fruitful tree, why do ye fall so fast? Your date is not so past, but you may stay yet here a while, to blush and gently smile, and go at last. What were ye? Born to be an hour or half's delight, and so to bid good night. It was pity nature brought ye forth merely to show your worth and lose your quiet, but you are lovely leaves where we may read how soon things have their end. Thou never so brave, and after they have shown their pride, like you a while they glide into the grave. So this was all about the term lyric. The next term is simile. Simile is an expression of likeness. It is an expressed comparison between two unlike objects, usually using the words of comparison like or as or so. For example, Ram is as ugly as Mohan is a simple comparison, but Ram is as ugly as sin is a simile because the objects are different, Ram and sin. Some examples of simile we may also consider. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that is newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like a melody that is sweetly played in tune. The lines composed by Robert Barnes. Another example we can have. And ice mast high came floating by, as green as emerald. Lines composed by S.T. Coleridge. So that is all about simile. In simple way, we can say that the simile is a comparison between two dislike objects having at least one trait, one quality in common. The objects must be different, and in simile, the words of comparison, for example, so, like, as, these words are used. That's all about today's lecture. We shall continue with with this section of literary terms in our next lecture. Mark it here. Thank you very much.